Hey everybody, I want to do a video today about a neat trick that I recently had to learn about how to reduce the background noise in either your videos or just your recordings if you need to record audio. And the reason this came up is I had to record some audio, which is, I think it's to be used in like a presentation that someone else is doing. And I just had to record some audio, me speaking English as an English teacher, but it also works for videos. Now, I don't do this currently for the videos that I post on YouTube because they're just not that good. They're not that professional, and I'm just not going to try that hard. But for the things that I do for my job, for my school, I normally do this sort of trick now. Again, for these videos, I don't. Now, the trouble is I can't really show you the proof or have you hear the proof because, again, I'm not going to noise reduce this video. And so you kind of have to take my word for it and just try it for yourself. But luckily, it's quick and easy enough that anybody can do it. So the first thing you need to do is download a utility called Audacity. So if you type in Audacity download into Google, you'll get this. If you got a Mac or something else, then, of course, download the appropriate version. But you'll get audacityteam.org. Open that up. Then you've got Windows 10, Mac OS up to 10.15, Linux. If you're using Linux, you probably know more than me anyways, but it's also probably in your software manager. It's pretty popular. And what this is an audio editing tool. The other one you'll want to get, type in Audacity FFmpeg library download. And there's actually two things here. So when you type that in, you'll get this, manual.audacityteam.org. And then click on FFmpeg download page. And then there's two things that you need to download. So the first one is this lame version 3.99.3 for Windows.exe, assuming you're using Windows, and also FFmpeg Win 222.exe. Now there's other ways to install it that I'm not getting into, but basically if you download those three things and install them all, you can do it in that order. Do Audacity first, and then lame, and then FFmpeg. Then you'll have all of the things, right? So I'm going to close this out. Here's Audacity. I've already installed it. Select the defaults and just install it. Now, Audacity has a whole ton of features. I know basically none of them, to be honest with you, except for this one, noise reduction one, and that's what I want to show you because that's what I use most often. So, I've got here an MP3 file. That is the speech thing that I had to record, and a video. When you put in the FFmpeg add-on for Audacity, that allows you to edit the audio embedded within video. So I'll start with the MP3 example, and then I'll do a video example afterwards, because that's a little bit more, there's a little bit more to that. But basically what you want to do is file open, choose this one. You might be able to drag and drop it or whatever, I'm not sure, but if you do open and do it this way, you'll get it in there. Now, this is the audio file, and I'll play it for you briefly here so you can kind of get a feel for what I mean. And the thing is, I know that you're hearing some noises from outside. You're hearing my computer, and that is the background noise that I get here in this room. And it's mostly the computer or the air conditioner because they're both just close. Usually I have the window and the door closed, and I'm not doing that purposely this time, so you can hear all of the ambient bullshit out there that you would want to get rid of, and this can help to do that. However, again, I'll play it for you so you can hopefully hear what I mean by the white noise and the junk that's in the background. So have a quick listen, and listen carefully to the beginning section and the just sort of like cracky noise. It almost sounds like somebody crumpling plastic or something like that. Have a listen.
Editors spoke French, German, and Editors spoke French.
So I don't know if you hear that noise, but that's what it is at the beginning. So we've got this open, and you can zoom into it by holding Control and doing the scroll wheel. So holding Control and scrolling up zooms in, Control down zooms out. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So what you'll want to do when you record something is leave a little bit of time at the beginning of the recording to basically record that white noise so that you have a sample of what you want to then remove. Now, I didn't really do it with this, in fact.
Editors spoke.
Sorry about that. And so, so this beginning section here is that, however, because after I hit record, I didn't start recording for nearly a second here, as you can see. And so it got some of that anyways. Now there's some more in here where I've taken sort of lengthy pauses in my speech. And oftentimes there's some at the end, but you can see where there is background noise only, where I'm not speaking. But if you give yourself 2 or 3 seconds at the beginning, that's the best way to do it. So what that does is it records what you would call the noise floor, like the noise that's going to be there no matter what, and that's the junk you want to get rid of. And the reason you want to record that is to get a sample of it. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And it's only 2 or 3 clicks. So we've got the file loaded in Audacity now. What you need to do is highlight that noise floor and then come to Effect, Noise Reduction, and then you'll click Get Noise Profile. And it just got it. That was it. That's the magic. So what that did is it found the noise profile, that floor, and I can zoom in so you can kind of see it. And that's what you see right there, just that junk. So now we need to get rid of it from the entire thing. So we'll do Select All, and then do Effect, Noise Reduction, and now we're just going to click OK. I'm using the defaults here. You can see the noise reduction it does, and you can play around with that, and you can see it's on reduce rather than residue. I keep the defaults. I'm sure that if you mess around with it, you can find better settings for your particular situation, and there is a preview thing as well. If you want to change those things or do the preview, you can. I'm just going to click OK since I know that the defaults are pretty good already. So, OK. That took just a quick part of a second, second or two. Sometimes it takes longer, especially if you've got a video in there. Now we're going to save this. So File, let's see, Export, and I'm going to export it as an MP3. That's what it was to begin with anyways. This is only audio. There are other formats that you can export as. I'm keeping it simple and just doing MP3. So, desktop. You can see it automatically chooses the same name. I'm going to call it that. Noise reduced. Now I'm going to play, here, we'll save it. I'm keeping these things the same. Again, if you know what you're doing, then you probably know this trick anyways. If you don't know what you're doing, keep the defaults the way that they are. They're probably good enough for you. Click Save. You can put in things like the artist name, the track title, track number, blah, blah, blah. I'm just leaving it because I don't care. It's a sample. It's an audio sample. That's what I need. So, okay? You notice that took 1 or 2 seconds to do the actual saving, and then we can close this out. Now, I'm not going to save the project. You might want to do that. Saving the project is different from saving the file. If you save the project, it will open up in Audacity again, and it will include this MP3 in there. I don't need to touch it again, ever again. All I wanted to do was noise reduction, not a bunch of other effects, which there are. You can experiment with it. I'm sure that there are things that will change your voice, and you can do equalizer stuff and all of that. I don't care about any of that. I'm just getting rid of the junk noise. So no. Now I've got these two here. Now, hopefully, in this recording you can hear the difference. And I don't know if you'll be able to, but let's take a listen. Here's the original again.
Editor spoke French, German, and Persian.
Now listen.
Editor spoke French, German, and Persian.
I'm going to play those two again.
Editor spoke French, German, and Persian. Editor spoke French. Editor spoke French, German. Editor spoke French. Editor spoke French, German, and.
Do you notice that shh sound at the beginning of the one file and how that's been reduced? That's what you're doing. You're getting rid of that junk noise. And for me, and for what I do, that's all that I need. Again, there are other effects. There's a zillion things you can do in Audacity. There's a bunch of add-ons and stuff. But all I have is a simple recording as a teacher. But what I don't want is all of that junk noise because it makes it obnoxious to listen to. So that's it. Now you've taken the original MP3 and you've created a noise-reduced version. There you go. Now, I'm also going to show you how to do it with, this is an MP4 file, MP4 video file. So, a regular video. Now again, this is one that I recorded a little while ago. It's on the YouTube channel. I'll play it for you briefly. Hey everybody, this is just, so do you hear all of that at the beginning? All of that extra noise that's in there? Let's see if we can get rid of that. Here, I'll play it again. Hey everybody, let's see if we can get rid of some of that. So, open up Audacity. Again, you need to have the FFmpeg encoder installed, and I would put the lame encoder in there as well. I think that one's an additional MP3 encoder. File, open. Open up the video. If you don't have that encoder in here, your video is not going to open up. Now, you can see this is quite a bit longer than what the other file was. I did not record much in the beginning of this, in the beginning of that video as a baseline, but let's see if we can find some at least. So I'm going to zoom in and go to the beginning of the file, and it looks like this right here is that noise floor that I'm looking for. So let's try and play that quickly. Yeah, you see that? There's 2.5 seconds of noise floor that I can use to reduce. So we'll highlight that, effect, noise reduction, get profile, select all, effect, noise reduction, okay. Notice this takes longer, it's a longer file, it's more complex, and it's a video file as well. Now you see that noise has been reduced some. So let's go back to the beginning. Hey, let's see if we'll hear a difference between the two. So, file, export. Now here's the issue. I can export it as an audio file, but not as a video file. That's okay though. We can fix that later. So let's export as MP3 again. I'm going to use the defaults, export it to the desktop, follow-up video, audio only, noise reduced. Save. I don't need to put in any tags here, just click OK. Give it a couple of seconds. I'm going to close this now. No need to save the project. I'm not adding any other effects. Let's see if we can tell a difference in just the audio here. Just the audio. Hey everybody, this is just a follow-up to... Hey everybody, this is just a... Hey everybody, this is just... Hey everybody, this is just a... So there's still some noise in there, but it's reduced it quite a bit. Now the issue is, and again, you may not catch that reduction on this video because I'm not reducing this whole video. So there's a good chance you're already hearing extra noises in it. Take my word for it, give it a try. Now the issue though is I have a video that needs the audio added to it. Well, how the hell do I do that? You'll need a video editor for that, and I would use OpenShot. I have another video on OpenShot down below, I'm quite sure, so check that out if you need to know how to use it. But we will do a really simple audio replacement in OpenShot. So basically, open up OpenShot. These are our two source files. Drop them in. Now I'm going to take the video and drop it in here. And now what I want to do is I don't want the audio from there. So we're going to right click this and do volume, entire clip, level 0%. Get rid of it. Now I'm going to take just the audio, drop that in, line it up. So these should be the exact same time. Let's double check. Yeah, look at that. They end at the same spot. And then all I've got to do is export the video like I normally would. Now this was a 1080p video, so I might want to change this to HD 1080p 30 frames per second in this case. And then I might save it as like flashback, express, follow up, NR, something like that. I'm not going to export it because exporting it takes some time, but what that will give me is the same video with the new audio. So that's how I would go about inserting the audio back into the video. There might be a better way of doing it that I just don't know. I'm not sure about that, frankly. There probably is, but I don't know it yet. And so this one is kind of a bit of a hassle. Doing it for just MP3s is quick and easy, super simple. Doing it for videos, a little bit more labor intensive, but you saw there's only really 3 or 4 extra steps there, and a bit of time, because it will then have to re-encode the whole video file into a new video file. And depending on the settings, that new one is likely to be larger in size. So it might not be an ideal way to deal with videos, although for audio it is. But at any rate, what you end up with is audio files or video files where the noise, the background noise, has been reduced. And the tools are free. It's easy to do, just a couple of steps. Audio only doesn't take much time. Video only doesn't take much time unless you include the encoding process, which is just waiting for the computer to do its work. But what that does, and what it does for me as a teacher, is gives me a more professional sounding and looking thing for the students to listen to. And as I see it, think of it this way. If you're going to have to listen to something, if there's this obnoxious, grumbling background sound in it, that's going to be frustrating, especially if you're a student and you've got to listen to a video that's 40 minutes long or 60 minutes long, right? That's going to bug you after a while. If I can get that out of there, then I can keep the focus on the content of the video. It's still very amateurish, just like these YouTube videos are, but it's a little tiny bit better, and it doesn't take much to do. So anyways, I thought that was a neat tool. I wanted to put it up on the website. So there you go. Hope that helps somebody out in the future. Enjoy.